up to speed in 30 seconds or less. These are two paranormal stories that take place in my personal life. I'm shooting this entire video inside the woods just to kind of add a little bit of ambiance to the video. So hope you stick around and watch the rest of the video. Alright, story one takes place with me going to watch the Blair Witch Project on July 31st, 1999. I went to the 11 o'clock movie because the 7 and the 9 were sold out. So it was dark on my way down there and it was dark on my way back. On the way down there, my truck, I had the headlights on the entire way, had no electrical issues with the truck in any way, shape, or form, and had never had an electrical issue with this truck. Keep that in mind for later on in the story. So I go and watch the Blair Witch, which I was kind of disappointed at the end. I don't know if maybe it was just me, but I was expecting something better. Well, as I leave the movies, I'm coming back home and I meet a state trooper hiding behind a county sign on my way home. And as I meet this state trooper, there's nobody on the road but me and that cop where he's hiding. Well, I didn't get a speeding ticket that night. As I was driving back home though, the next 7 vehicles that I met, my truck flashed its lights at them. I didn't never touch the light switch because I didn't think there was even anybody in the cop car. So I just thought it was just a staged car to kind of scare people. But that happened, and I checked the truck out later on the following Sunday, and there was nothing wrong with it electrically. But I kept that truck and drove it till 2002 when the motor decided to let go because of the oil pump. If you'd like to hear that story, just comment below. Story 2 takes place in my house that I currently live in today. Lived here since '05, so I've been here a while. But in the winter of 2012, me and my wife were in the bed asleep, and my oldest son has autism and ADHD, and he had a tendency to get up in the middle of the night, so it was nothing out of the ordinary for us to have to get up and put him back into bed. So on this night though, my wife woke me up at like 2:45, 3 a.m. in the morning, and she was like, go check on my son, or her son. He's probably up running around the house. Put him back in the bed, make sure he goes back to sleep, because he needs to get some sleep. This was a Saturday morning, or well, late Friday night, early Saturday morning, where this all occurred. Well, we go back to bed. I get up, or she stays in bed. I get up, I go through the entire house. I do not see my son anywhere. I go check his room. He is in the bed asleep. He is 7 at this time, but he looks to be about a 4 or 5 year old. He has always been extremely small for his size until here recently. He finally hit a growth spurt and he looks like a 17-year-old now. So he was always small for his size. So my wife swore she seen a 2 to 3, 4-year-old toddler in her house, shadow silhouette running around that night. So we had no way of explaining it. Well, to let me get to the interesting part of the story and quit rambling on here. So we get up that next morning, and keep in mind now, this is late January, early February, and I'm in the south, but we still have frosty mornings. We had frosted that morning, and we were going to run the local tourist town across from us, Pigeon Forge, and go do a few things. You'll have a fun day out because both of us was off work. Well, when I get up that morning, I open our front door, and there was 2 tiny handprints on our front door. And those 2 tiny handprints were about the size of a 1.5 to 2-year-old. They were too small to be my son's, and they were, you know, they were obviously not ours. And I had just cleaned this window like the day before because I had mowed or I had been raking some leaves or something in the front yard, or some dust or something blowed onto the window, and I wanted to make sure the window was good and clean. I also have a thing where I really don't like dirty windows, so that window being dirty kind of irked me, so I made sure that it was extremely clean. And so we can't explain the handprints. We don't know where they came from, but we did find out that the following month that my wife was pregnant with my youngest son. So we don't know if it was a prelude to him as an announcement that she was going to have the baby or what. So comment below what you think this possibly could have been. And if you like these two stories, and this video does really good on my page, I have a few other personal stories that I can tell. One happened when I was really young, and the other one happened when I was a kid myself. I already have titles and names for them. This is going to be like a seasonal Halloween type thing that I'm going to do for the channel. And if it does really good, I'll do it annually. It's a kind of a swerve in the left field for my channel because I'm an automotive channel, but hopefully you guys like it. So like, subscribe, and follow for more, and comment below. And any likes that my channel can get will definitely help me in the algorithm. If this video isn't your cup of tea, just go bounce one of the other ones. I do plenty of car content. I do car shows, do car repair. I've even went to a Bristol truck race that's actually in my feed somewhere. It's called Earth Night at Bristol. The video hasn't really had a lot of views, but me and my youngest son went to the Bristol truck race that happened back in April. And so I did a Jeep invasion video. There's a couple other videos that I've done. So if you want to check out any of my other content, just like, subscribe, and follow for more.